Right. So what we discussed in the previous session, so we identify how to structure your literature review based on two forms of study, the quantitative form of study and qualitative form of study. So at that time, I promise you to show you some practical example how to write literature review chapters in very comprehensive as well as very clear way. Right. So this form, that is first example I'm going to discuss with you relating to the quantitative study example. Right. Actually, this is the example we are using for our discussing so far. Make example that is personality traits and environmental citizenship behavior related study. Okay. So then look at the literature review chapter. So previous session, I told you that means session number 4 in our practical sessions, we told you, we guide you how to write introduction chapter, right? So after that, you have to write this literature review chapter. Okay. So literature review in chapter 2, first of all, you need to make some brief introduction about what is this chapter about, right? So you have to give some briefing regarding what is your study. So it started with the different traits may influence the behavior at different level, whereas it seemed reasonable that personality trait would sustain self-regulative process leading to environmental citizenship behavior. Right? Likewise, so you have to come across with what is the purpose of your study again. So you need to remind your reader, this is the purpose of the study. Right? හැම වෙලේම reminder කරන්න ඕනේ reader ට මේක තමයි මගේ study එකේ purpose එක. Right? ඒකෙන් පිට කොයි වෙලේවත් යන්න එපා රමන් කරන write up එක. Okay? So it says, thus, the main purpose of this study is to contribute to the ongoing personality trait and environmental citizenship behavior literature by investigating the link of personality traits and ECB in Sri Lankan context. So then you give some link with the prior next sessions. The following subsection discuss the key definitions and empirical findings related with personality trait and environmental citizenship behavior. Right? In introduction chapter, I emphasize you that under the background of the study, you need to emphasize, you need to highlight the issue related with your dependent variable. හැම වෙලේම කිව්වේ dependent variable එක තමයි highlight වෙන්න ඕනේ background එකේ. Right? එහෙම නැතු independent variables නෙමෙයි. Independent variable ඉන්නේ පස්සේ. Likewise, in the literature review also, you need to emphasize the key areas, the key definitions come across with environmental citizenship behavior, that is my dependent variable. Right? So here, what we try to do is we first define what is environmental citizenship behavior. Right? Let's see how it's starting. Right? So individuals' environmental initiative is generally considered to be one of the main success factors in global greening. Right? So I started my story. එකපාර පොල්ලෙන් ගහන්න වගේ කියන්නේ environmental citizenship behavior කියන්නේ මේකයි කියලා. දැන් අපි story එක start කරන්න. Right? What is this about? Okay? So then come across slowly to the definition. See? So in here I'm using this reference. Right? This is not my definition. So it says, Boyle 2009 defines environmental citizenship behavior as a set of individuals' innovative action directed at protecting environmental quality. Right? That is the first definition. Okay? So this is the first definition. Right? So then again, second one I'm saying, right? Acknowledging that, again, me Boyle 2009 definition එක දිහා බලාගෙන Leaf Van Haan 2013 opinion ECB entails sharing concern for the environment and implementing innovative environmental management strategies. Now this is the second one. Right? From here to here, this is the second definition. Okay? That is the second definition. Right? So you can write one to three definitions relating to your key area. Okay, so it says, the literature has shown that, again it says, the literature has shown that ECBs generally consider the activities of, now based on the prior studies, I identified 3 different levels of environmental citizenship behavior. Right? So that is coming under the key concept behind my dependent variable. Right? So the literature identified there is 3 levels called eco-initiatives, eco-helping, and eco-civic engagement. Right? So my literature started with ECB definition. So definition is coming in here. So then I come across with different level of ECB based on the literature. Right? මම මේවා කියලා තියෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ සයිට් කරපු references තමයි ඒ levels identify කරගෙන තියෙන්නේ. Okay? So then you can come across with that there are levels. Likewise, this is why literature reviews is important. Right? Here we identify definitions. Right? Here we identify definitions. Right? Here we identify the levels. So this is the way I explain my key concept in literature first. Right? දැන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පේනවා කොහොමද මම literature explain කරේ මගේ first variable එක. Right? Then I explain my second important concept, that is my independent variable, the personality traits. Okay? So now I connect it into my previous one. Right? ඒක දැන් අර ECB එකත් එක්ක දැන් connect කරගන්න ඕනේ මම personality trait එක. How I connect it? It is evident by literature that individual behavior is reliance on personality attributes. Right? The environmental citizenship behavior can individual behavior. So ඒක මම connect කරනවා personality attributes වලට. Right? So then I raise the gap. However, the ECB has not yet systematically linked to the comprehensive model of personality traits. Right? Then I raise the gap in literature that still there is no available connection how personality trait connected with the environmental citizenship behavior. Right? So likewise, then I connected that my personality trait into the theoretical model. Right? I connect it into the theoretical model. So that is why I call Big 5 personality trait model. Right? දැන් මම connect කරා අර personality trait model එකට මගේ personality trait කියන key concept එක. Right? So I emphasize my theoretical model here. Okay? So then I said, in line with the theoretical foundation behind the study is that personality trait assist in understanding, predicting environmental relevant behavior. Okay? So then my subsection, that be my next section in the literature review, going to be discussed about main 5 dimensions or main 5 variables coming with personality trait model. Right? So it's explained about extraversion, agreeableness, consciousness, neuroticism, and openness to experience. I believe that you understand the flow. Right? Now this is form of quantitative form. Right? I'm still in the quantitative study example. Now I explain my key variables one by one using empirical studies. දැන් මම අර identify කරගත්ත key variables ටික one by one මම දැන් define කරනවා. ඒක තමයි literature review එකේ කරන්නේ. Right? So first I make it the definition of my first key variable. Right? First I define openness to experience, describe the tendency towards intellectual curiosity, thoughtfulness, broad-mindedness, and willingness to use imagination. That is not my definition. That is from Moon et al. 2013. Okay. So then I connect it to the prior studies. Right. Look at the connect. It explains the depth and complexity of person's mental and experiential life. That is also coming with the definition. Right. So in here, the Costa and Macri 1992 emphasize the attributes of openness to experience are creativity, intellectual curiosity, both outside and internal world, independent of judgment, variety, flexibility, thinking, and things. Now it's explained about the key attributes coming with my first variable. Right? So it's still define what is this variable mean. Okay. Now coming with little bit late, a little bit in a flow manner. It says, the openness to experience might permit individuals to view problems from different perspectives, right? So change their beliefs about environment and suggest practices that can improve environmental quality, right? So the prior studies opine that open individual report more prior pro-environmental behavior. So I use some theoretical empirical evidences through prior studies to emphasize there is a link with openness to experience and environmental behavior. Right? Then mama himing ඇවිල්ලා connect කරා environmental behavior කට openness to experience using prior studies evidence. Right? මේ studies දෙක evidence use කරගෙන මම ඔන්න link කරා. මගේ study එකට literature එක. Right? So therefore I develop my hypothesis like this. Now you remember when we are discussing the previous section, the quantitative form literature review need to be ended up with the hypothesis development. Right? Now you see what I'm doing is, first I explain about my key variable in the study, right? And I connect it into my dependent variable slowly. And then I develop my hypothesis, first hypothesis, based on my first variable. Right? So I say, the personality trait of openness to experience positively affect environmental citizenship behavior of students in Sri Lankan university community. Okay. So I believe you understand how this literature review writing is with the clear flow and consistent manner. Right? First to explain your key variable in here, right? Then you connect it into your problem area, right? And you develop your hypothesis. Okay. Since the prior studies emphasize there is a openness to report more pro-environmental behavior. That again, openness to experience environmental behavior then it's emphasized there is a positive relationship. Right? It emphasizes a positive relationship. That's why I construct my hypothesis as the openness to experience positively affects. Right? If our findings are contradicted, right? Now, mama gatta me study dekema tiyenne make a strong positive effect එකක් තියනවා කියලා. Right? So then I develop my hypothesis as like this. The positively affect environmental citizenship behavior. But what will happen if you have if you have a results with positive and negative relationships? studies then you cannot say this kind of direct hypothesis like this. Right? We will see the next example. Okay, let's see the next example. So the next my important variable is consciousness. Right? First is explain what is the meaning of consciousness. Right? And it's some kind of attributes. Right? Here it says, as such consciousness people are well organized and self-disciplined. Therefore, they take more eco initiatives as community duty. Right? So this study, that means what we are saying in this Markowitz study, it says there is a positive relationship with consciousness and environmental behavior. But however, that means some other study, it's argued that the organized and methodological nature, consciousness people are more rigid and less adaptive to alternative options. හැබැයි තව ස්ටඩි එකක් ආගියු කරනවා මේ ඕනාට වඩා මේගොල්ලෝ කොන්ෂියස්නස් වුණාම මේගොල්ලෝ පරිසරයත් එක්ක හැඩගැහෙන්න තියෙන අවස්ථාව අඩුයි. Right? Now you see there is a positive relationship evidence as well as some kind of negative relationship evidence. Right? So likewise, if you're having this kind of mixed result in your literature, right? So you cannot develop the hypothesis like this. Right? Directly, you cannot say positively affected because in literature, we don't have enough evidence to show that there is a strong positive relationship like this. Right? For the consciousness, therefore, we develop the hypothesis as the personality trait of consciousness effect. Now you can see there is no direction either positive or negative. We only say effects. Right? Why? Because in literature, we are having mixed result. Mixed result means we are having positive results as well as we are having negative result. Right? If you come across with this kind of combination of result, negative and positive, you have to develop your hypothesis without any direction. Right? With a direction effect. It might be positive, it might be negative. Okay, so this is the way you have to develop your hypothesis based on the literature. Okay. So I hope that you understand the way you can write the hypothesis based on the prior studies finding. Right? Okay, let's see another one. This is my third variable, extraversion. Okay. So extraversion also have identified there is a positive and negative relationship. So you can see in here clearly, it says this 1998 study says there is a negatively associated with innovation and natural environmental behavior. And here there is a positive relationship, right? So again, you can see the mixed result, negative and positive, right? Negative and positive. So then you have to say without any direct relationship, you can say there is an effect. Right? No positive or negative effect, you just say effect. Right? So likewise, the fourth variable also, we can say there is a negative and positive relationship. You have to say the personality trait of agreeableness affect environmental citizenship behavior. Right? No direct hypothesis, they just say effect. Okay. So the last one, again, there is a positive and negative results. Mixed results in our prior studies. So you have to develop your hypothesis as effect or impact, influence, etc. Right? So remember the point, if the literature suggests that there are mixed results in the sense, the relationship or effect may be negatively or positively happening. Right? If you have that kind of mixed result evidences, you have to develop your hypothesis without any direction, right? But in the first one, it's clearly say that there is a positive relationship. So then you can develop your hypothesis like the personality openness to experience positively affects. But other four traits, personality traits, having mixed result like negative relationship and positive relationship. Therefore, you have to develop your hypothesis like the neuroticism affects environmental citizenship behavior of undergraduates. Okay, so that's the way. Then how you are summing up your literature review. Right here, you have to say the story. You have to summarize what findings in the literature. Right? Look at the story. It says, generally, the finding of the studies of ECB and personality traits have been inconsistent across the study. Right? We can see there is a positive relationship, there is a negative relationship, and no relationships also found. Right? So here we can again summarize. Some studies have indicated that certain traits are highly associated with wide range of personal pro-environmental behavior. Right? So we give some evidences again because this is a summary form. Then we summary then learning. Right? You summarize it. Right? You summarize some positive relationship studies. You summarize some negative relationship studies. Okay? Then you go in with the end. Right? You summary. Here you can see the summary. This chapter, this para, you can see the summary. Right? Our story එක දැන් summary කරන්න ඕනේ. මම ඒකනේ කිව්වේ. අපි definitions කරනවා, we define it, we identify key variables, and those key variables we connect it into our study, right? Then we develop the hypothesis. So at the end, you summarize what others have been done, and you raise the gap again. Right? What is the gap? So it seems that there is a lack of consistency and conscience among the result of the prior studies. Right? Consequently, it appears that prior studies on ECB and personality trait have been mostly conducted among the Western European and American contexts. Introduction gap. Right? So then, in order to address this gap, This study aims to identify which big 5 personality traits are significant in determining individuals' environmental citizenship behavior, especially university youth in Sri Lanka. Right? So can you understand the way we are writing in the literature review in quantitative form of study? Right? In quantitative form of study, you have to develop your hypothesis like this. At the end of each variable, you identify through your literature review. Right? The may conceptual framework variables. Right? So, literature review conceptual framework idea. Right? So then you define those variables and you connect it into your study and you develop your hypothesis. So in the literature review, you need to summing up what others have been done. Right? Podi summary එකක් දෙන්න ඕනේ කවුරු positive කියන්නේ කවුද negative කියන්නේ කවුද relationship එකක් නැහැ කියන්නේ පොඩි දෙන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ you raise the gap in literature. This is what we call gap in the literature. This is what we call gap. Okay? This is what we call gap. Right? And this is what we call, right? This is what we call the summary. Okay? This is what we call the summary. Right? So this is the summary and you can see the last one as a gap. Okay, so that's the way you need to end up your literature review chapter in quantitative form of study, right? Okay, so now let's see the qualitative form of study literature review, right? So this is one of the example we are using in our study relating to the money management of young undergraduates. Okay, so now let's see, this is some form of qualitative study we conducted. We conduct interviews with the selected undergraduates in our university to reveal their money management behavior. Right? So this is a topic we are using, exploring undergraduate money management life. Right? Actually, this one is already published. Right? I take it a part of the literature review to show you how to write literature review in your research proposal in the form of qualitative study. Right? So this study is basically for qualitative form. Okay, so it explained about the briefing of the study. Right? Brief. The undergraduates are expected to be future leaders responsible for business and nation. Given that sound financial decision making is critical to their success in their career and life, it is important to understand the money management behavior of undergraduates. So it is emphasized why it is important to understand the money management behavior of undergraduates. Right? In the context of developing countries, the body of knowledge of money management behavior is dominant by the functional financial literature, and there is a little research on factors beyond it. Right? So prior studies indicate that the money management behavior is thoroughly linked with financial literacy. Right? Again, prior studies ගොඩක් වෙලාට බලලා තියෙන money management එක financial literacy කියන aspect එකෙන් විතරයි. හැබැයි ඊට අමතර factors ගැන ඒක බලලා නැහැ developing context එක තුල. So this study attempt to fill this gap by exploring economic, social and psychological factors that influence the money management behavior of undergraduate in developing nation and how they respond to those influences. Right? This study is not only what factors. Right? So in a quantitative form of study, we normally see what factors influencing. But in the qualitative form of study, we normally ask the question how they respond or how they behave. Okay, so qualitative form of study, normally we ask the question of how. Qualitative studies, we normally ask the question of how. Right? But in a quantitative form of study, we ask the question what? Right? What factors influencing? What factors impact? right? Like our previous one. What personality trait influenced the environmental citizenship behavior? But at that example, we did not explain, we did not discuss how those factors influence. Right? The quantitative study ගොඩක් වෙලාවට කතා කරන්නේ මොන වගේ සාධකද බලපාන්නේ කියන එක විතරයි. But in qualitative studies, they ask the question of how as well as why. How and why. Right? So this is important of qualitative studies. Right? So this study, this our example study also, we are emphasizing how undergraduate responds to those identified factors. Right? That is important of the study. Right. Now let's see how it started. So it started with money management. That is our key concept, money management behavior. Right? It started with the definition of the money management behavior. Right? And it emphasized so much of studies done with the money management behavior and it related factors. Right? මේක පටන් ගෙන තියෙන්නේ මොකද්ද money management behavior කියන්නේ කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ ඒකට සබලපාන සාධක මේ පුළුවන් තරම් අපි use කරගෙන තියෙනවා prior studies. We are using a bunch of prior studies to emphasize the importance of this concept. Right? So here it says the research shows that financial literacy levels significantly contribute to the responsible financial decision. So prior studies highly emphasize on the financial literacy and money management behavior. Right? So it emphasizes the gap. Therefore, it says, however, money management behavior is not only determined by the financial knowledge, it is deeply intertwined with economic, social, and psychological factors of people. Right? I'm using these references. You see, right? That is the way you need to raise the gap in your literature review chapter. Okay? Right, then based on the literature, this study emphasized 3 factors. Right? If you remember our quantitative form, we emphasize 5 factors. Right? In our qualitative form of the study, we are focusing on 3 main factors. Right? එතකොට අපි මෙතන මේ qualitative form එකේ study එකේ ලොකුවට බලන්නේ මේ factors 3 දිහා. Okay, so then it explained about these 3 factors, what we identified through the literature. Right? So then it says about economic factor, what is it, right? And how it influenced the money management based on the prior studies. Right? Then up again or literature, right? I will put this document to the LMS so you can read slowly. Okay, so it emphasizes why it is important to the development nations. Right? It was අපි ගේනවා අයියර economic factor කියන එක developing nation වලට වඩා වැදගත් වෙන්නේ. Right? It says especially in a developing nation where higher education is funded by the state and also undergraduates are given monthly allowance by the state like your Mahapola and bursary. So this phenomenon shows that the impact of economic factors on money management behavior is not conclusive and need further research. Right? Developing nation right? So therefore, this present study intended to ask, now look at the qualitative form of study difference. Look at the qualitative form of study difference. Right? Instead of arising the quantitative study like hypotheses, here we are asking question. Right? Literature raise no question. What is the question? How undergraduates in a developing nation respond to and account for the economic factors in their money management behavior. Did you see the question? Right? So this question is derived based on this explanation based on the literature. My explanation my question derived. Right? This is why we call the qualitative form of study literature review is different than quantitative form of study. Right? Then look at the second factor I identified through the literature, right? Social factors. Then again, it's explained what is a social factor and how it influences the money management, right? So it says at the end, the several social aspects have been noted in literature as influencing, right? As influencing the money management behavior of individual, right? But it is interesting to investigate how contextual difference interact with this aspect and how Sri Lankan undergraduate respond and account for the factors in their money management behavior. So අපි කියනවා මේක මීට කලින් අධ්‍යයනය කරලා තියෙනවා money management එක සහ social aspect කියන එක සම්බන්ධයෙන්. හැබැයි the contextually cultural difference එකක් තියෙන developing nations වල මේක කරලා තියෙනවා අඩුයි. Right? So it says there is a little research on influence on social factors such as parental involvement, peer influence, teachers' role, and social media usage on financial behavior of undergraduate in developing contexts. Right? So it raised the gap. There is a limited understanding of how undergraduates engage with and respond to social influence while managing money in developing countries. Okay, so then the question 2 asked from the literature review. There are many questions in the literature review. How undergraduate in developing nation respond to and account for the social factors in their money management behavior. You see the second question form through the literature review. Right? How? It started with how. Right? Now, if you want to develop it as hypothesis, right, in a quantitative form, how you can do it? අපි හිතමු නිකන් මේක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට hypothesis එකක් develop කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. Quantitative form එකක නම් කොහොමද develop වෙන්නේ? Then hypothesis to how it can be. You can say social factors influence on the money management behavior in behavior of undergraduates in developing nation. You see how we can develop that hypothesis, right? Likewise, you can do it, but the way you are trying to address your research question or your research objective, you have to go with either quantitative form or qualitative form. ඔයගොල්ලෝ decide කරන්න ඕනේ මොන වගේ study form එකකටද ඔයගොල්ලෝ යන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ objective එක අනුව research එකේ. Right? If your objective is to identify what factors influencing on money management behavior, you have to go with quantitative form. But your objective is how undergraduate responds to different factors when they are managing money, you have to go with qualitative form. Remember the difference based on your objective, right? Then the third one we call psychological factors. Again, you can see the psychological factors explanation and the some gaps in the research, right? And the third research question. Okay, now I believe that you understand how the difference in writing of literature review with regard to the quantitative and qualitative form of study. Right? So quantitative form of study, you derive the hypothesis, right, through the prior studies. Prior studies අපි අධ්‍යයනය කරලා අපි derive කරන hypothesis. Right? So in a quantitative form of study, we always ask the question, what? Right? I will write it again to make you understand properly, right? So quantitative study, you always ask question, what? Right? What factors influencing? What factors affect? Right? What is the relationship between this and that? Right? That is a quantitative form. Oh, it's quantitative study. Right? But in qualitative studies, you answer the question how or why. You answer the question how economical factors influence into the money management behavior of undergraduate. How undergraduate responds to the economic factors when they are managing their money. Right? Or else you can ask why economical factors more important when deciding money management behavior of undergraduates. You see the difference in quantitative and qualitative form of study, right? So you have to decide whether you are going with the quantitative or qualitative study based on your objective or objectives of the study, right? So sometimes student can mix with quantitative form and qualitative form in their study, right? Some student might be first know what factors influencing. That is the first objective, right? You have to find out what factors influencing environmental citizenship behavior of undergraduates. That is the first objective. Okay. So if you look at the second objective in your study, you need to know about how those factors influencing when undergraduates behave in environmental responsible manner. Right? So you can ask that kind of questions. You see how it is different. Okay, you see how it is different. So based on this one, right? So what factors it indicate you have to go with quantitative study, right? But if you are going with the how factors as well, you have to go with, this is quantitative, You have to go with quantitative study, and here you have to go with qualitative study. So this is a mix of quantitative and qualitative approaches in your study, right? So that doesn't mean whatever you are going with the quantitative or qualitative, you have to know how to write the literature review in comprehensive and clear way, right? So I believe you are understanding about the way of writing literature review, right? And now you are in a very correct path to construct or structure your literature review chapter. So then good luck with your writing up of literature review chapter in your research proposal. And in the next practical session, we will guide you how to write your methodological chapter. That is the last chapter in your research proposal. So thank you very much for listening to this, and hope this guide you in a proper way to write your research proposal. So see you next week. Stay safe, you all.